Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, you're very welcome. My name is Amy, and I like to do arts and crafts and things, and that's pretty much what my whole channel is about. For today's video, I am going to be doing a little bit of art journaling here in my little homemade junk journal. So the first thing I'm going to do is just pull out all of my pretty junk papers and candy wrappers and things that I know that I've been wanting to journal with lately, and I'm just gonna pile them up. Since the left-hand side of the journal does have a print on it, I'm going to do kind of like a little page of stationery scrapbooking because I have a bunch of little tags and papers and things that, I don't know, I just appreciate aesthetically, excuse me, that's a bit of a hard word, that I just kind of wanted to put in here for, you know, happiness sake, I guess you could say. Although I wanted to kind of keep this little bag intact, it wasn't going to fit on the page, so I decided I was just going to trim it up and use it as a little pocket to stick some of the little receipts and postcards and things that I had gotten when I placed some recent stationery orders. Of course, I want to try to preserve this little bit of washi tape as well, so I'm gonna just carefully peel it off here. And thankfully it peeled off very nicely so I could preserve it here on the front of my little envelope with the little Yoseka stationery stamp. And now it's time to stick it on the page. And now it's time to go through some of the little stationery bits and bobs that I've gotten, either as a little advertisement bonus or like little things that are stuck inside what you've purchased, and etc. I'm just going to pop all of the things that I want to save into the little pocket and try to overlay them a little bit so you can kind of see what's behind, peeking through, that kind of thing. At this point, I've hit a sort of creative lull with the left-hand page. I know I want to incorporate these stickers somehow, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing a little sketching on the right-hand page. I had this idea while I was convalescing from the flu that I wanted to try out. I wanted to use some of the candy foils as clothing for some figures. So I'm just going to do a little cartoony doodling and gonna just experiment and see how things go. For some reason, I've been a lot less interested in making like finished artwork lately, so I've been doing a lot of just doodling and experimenting and just trying to come up with new ways to do the old thing, I guess you could say. Also, the whole of AI stealing from artists, it's really lessened my motivation lately. But on the other hand, it's gotten me more inspired to experiment and try new things that the AI cannot do. So like this little experiment of basically I'm going to do a little bit of collaging here is like, I'm sure AI can collage something, but you don't get the tactile experience, you know what I mean? So I guess you could say I've been shifting back to the traditional mediums more, just because it's a lot less easy to steal and just rip it off. Or at least that's kind of like how I feel about it. It may not be true, but we'll see. Anyway, have you, as an artist or crafter, has the whole AI debacle, has it affected you in any way? Do you feel less motivated? I am curious to hear about other people's viewpoints or experiences, I should say, because I'm not going to entertain any viewpoints that art theft is good. Sorry. But yeah, like, how have you been feeling as artists and crafters? So yeah, basically convalescing from the flu and the whole AI debacle, it's really sapped my motivation. Also, P.S., I'm sorry about my head being in all these shots. I think I need to get on YouTube and find a video, like, how to keep your head out of an art shot. Alright, so here I'm gonna slow things down a little bit so you can see my process of trying to get foil on the paper, because obviously you can't see your drawing through the foil, so you're gonna make some guesstimates and you're gonna have to just make some cuts and hope for the best. So basically my tactic here was to kind of fold the foil over a little bit and try to find my line there and just get my pencil in there to make a little bit of a mark onto the foil. It doesn't mark very well, so ultimately folding it is probably your best bet to figure out where your lines are. And then you'll have to go back in with a smaller blade to like cut out the detail bits. So here I have the roughed out base shape, and I'm going to go ahead and take my little it's like a little blade pen. You get them sometimes with some Chinese stationery, so you can cut out the little stickers, and they're actually really handy. So far, the blade is kept pretty sharp, but I'm sure I'm gonna burn through it. Anyway, if I lay it down here, I can very, very gently just go through the foil without hitting the paper. You do have to be very gentle with it and take your time. The next hurdle I ran into was how to glue foil onto paper, because foil definitely doesn't like being glued. It doesn't want to stay. I did try the double-sided sticky tape. It did not work at all. At all, period. So I was going to have to resort to my glue stick. So we will see how this goes. And as time goes on, we will see how long these foil pieces will stay glued in this journal. And I will definitely report on that later. So I can hopefully help you guys all out with like a how to glue foil tip. We'll see. But as you all know, I'm not gonna do the hot glue. Not gonna do it because it leaves big bumps and it's ugly. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. So far so good with the glue stick. And it is nice that before the glue of the glue stick dries, you do have the ability to kind of move it around in place a little bit before it really wants to stick itself there. But here we are, and I think I have just one more thing to maybe trim off here, and then I'm going to continue the drawing. And this is basically the idea I had while I was lying in bed sick, and I just really wanted to try this, and it's so nice to see a creative idea finally come together, especially after like you've been sick and so you haven't been able to do anything. It just feels so refreshing. You know, this is kind of like in what antithesis to what I said earlier about lack of motivation, but I've really enjoyed doing this experiment, yeah, and I've been feeling a little bit better about motivation lately, but that's for another day. Another thing I've been wanting to play around with is inside these little bocce wrappers. I guess for the festive version here, it comes with like these little notes to like wish you a good day, or it has a whole bunch of little like happiness, like positivity notes on there, I guess you could call them. It's not really a fortune, but it's just like these really little uplifting notes, and I just wanted to incorporate them into this page because it gave me a happy feeling, and I'd like to be able to read them again because I feel like it'll help me get more motivation to move forward. Anyway, if you come across any bocce candies, get them, because you will enjoy the little notes. However, I don't know if this is just for the festive version or whether they're in the regular version too. That I do not know, so that's the caveat. Now I'll leave you with just a little bit of quiet footage here, really super sped up, so you can just see the process real quick. So now that this little experimental sketchbook page has come together, I've found myself with a surplus of these little pick-me-up notes from the candies, and I want to put more of them into the journal here because I just want to save them in case of emergency. Like maybe I'm gonna need a little pick-me-up note. So here I'm taking it's actually a little bit of a like plastic envelope thing that some sashiko thread came in, and so I thought maybe I could slip the little notes in here and also save the sashiko thread packet because it has a little bit of Japanese on it, and I really enjoy seeing the Japanese language because it reminds me of when I took it in college, and so it just gives me a little happy. It's just how it is. Anyway, what I ended up doing here was I did cut off the bottom because it was too long, and I'm going to slip the little notes in here, and then I've got to attach it to the page. And here I have all the little note papers slipped into the packet, and I'm going to get a little sticker here to seal the bottom so they don't all fall out. So now to attach the little packet to the page, I'm going to go ahead and take this little bit of scrap thread that I have. It's a nice purple shade that's going to match the purple inked drawings, and I'm just going to sew it into the page and put a little bow on it. I've really been enjoying adding kind of like mixed media to the art, especially with the textiles, because I just feel like, at least in the illustration circles, you don't really see a lot of incorporation of textiles in with 2D art, and I just really enjoy it. And I think I don't know, it adds a little something. I know that there's some embroidery people who've been doing some interesting things. There are people out there who do add textiles to their work, but I feel like you don't see a lot of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. So now most of the main features are on the 2 pages, so it's time to just kind of fiddle with it and put in the details and finish it up. And here I am happy with how it's turned out, so I consider it done. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you liked it, please give it a little thumbs up and feel free to comment and subscribe to my channel and all of that good stuff, because I would like to get better at my YouTube channel. Anyway, I hope this inspired you a little bit and gave you some ideas, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!